Hey everyone, welcome back to more of the Pale Beyond. Let's go inside where it's a bit less noisy. Alright, so we have made our winter quarters here. Everyone's got frostbite practically. We have no food and we have no fuel, so soon we'll all be dying. I assume everything's going to be the same as far as what we need for fuel and food. Yeah, it kind of seems the same. Alright, we've got the doggos over here. Interesting. So yeah, we literally have almost no resources after all of our hunting. Basically, our hunting was just kind of keeping us alive. We have literally one emperor penguin. We do have some penguins outside that we can harvest. So we did bring that with us. And I can grab one myself. I can only grab more with like 3 people, and that's about it. We can do some scouting. First things first, though, before I do anything, we need to go... Look at this. It's like we're under one big tent. Yes, I suppose so. So no more hunting, then. For the foreseeable future, yes. Alright, here's hoping we have enough food to last. Yes, let's... We have literally no food. So where... Okay, so here, we'll go to the medical tent. It's really at this point we decide who's going to live and who's going to die. So, med bay. We can only put 3 people in. Let's start here. Okay, 1 scientist with frostbite. Keep you alive. Scout. Yes, we've got a scout with frostbite. Treat you. Then we can only save 1 other person. So it's between either we save Tashi or we save Lefty. This guy is loyal to Grimly, who's kind of a pain in the ass. But I appreciate the long hair, beard, and pipe, so I feel bad. This guy's loyal to Junior. Junior at least has better relationships with me, so I'm kind of thinking along those lines. That's kind of the only reason I can think of to make a real differentiation between these two. Lefty's older, but I don't think for game purposes it really makes any difference. Anybody we don't treat is going to die. So you were Grimly, you were Junior. Yeah, let's do this. And then I can even use this so we can instantly cure them. So we can actually put them out doing stuff. Alright. Gloss and Kasha. Under the canopy, it's almost cozy. That's an odd spelling of cozy. Cozy. Cossy. It's almost cossy. If you ignore that it's colder than ever, yes. What I wouldn't give to have a nice flask of hot cocoa at a time like this. Why'd you mention it? Now it's all I want. Ah, well. Best save for home, eh? So over here, who do we have? I'm not even sure. It's the scientists? No, the engineers? Quilzy, Yorick, and Flick. We hold up here for a while, at least it means some rest, finally. Say that now, but you'll miss the chance to stretch your legs before long. Or are these the scouts? Most likely, but for now, embrace the quiet. Hear those winds? Nothing quiet about the winter, my friend. Also, nothing quiet about being stuck with you. Ah, true. Yeah, so if we can't get additional resources, it might be over immediately because we're not going to be able to heat and feed people here, so decorum will drop and we're instantly going to fail. I think we're going to have to change the option so that we can actually survive, because if decorum goes to 0, we lose. Hammond and Cordell. Where's the beasties? Earning their rest, something they may make a habit of in the coming weeks. Ah, and you're finally afforded a break from them. I'm only seeking a modicum of heat. Let's get used to that too. Long winter ahead. Indeed. Okay. Can I still send people out to do stuff, is my question. Kind of acting like it's not something we're going to do. Maybe it's just more likely to get people screwed. Let's do a little scouting. Okay, we've got some seals there. That's something. Emperor penguins there, so we could do a hunt and get some more. It is taking 3, so we could do another scout mission and then still do a hunt. Okay, so we have a lot of these crab-eater seals that are not that great for anything, honestly. So we could send out a hunting party. We've got a lot of people freezing. Let's collect... Could use people that are freezing for this, I think. Because you're probably doomed anyway. You're fine. I don't really want to use the scientists much. Because I need a little bit more research so that I can actually do a elephant seal hunt, which might save my butt at some point. You're fine, so let's have you do that. Grab a few more from the pile. So we instantly get freezing by just doing anything outside, it looks like. Great. Awesome. Super helpful. Well, quests. Hammond and Jr. Well, Captain, sun won't be getting up for a while. Welcome to our new home. This canopy ain't pretty, but she'll do us right. Better than being stuck out in that blizzard. That I believe we all can agree on. It's a strong one, worse than I've ever seen. I'll have to keep an eye out for rips in the outer canopy. Don't want the heat seeping out. Or the cold ripping in. You see a single hole, you grab whatever you can to fix it. Great. I don't have resources to fix stuff, so that'll be great. Best we heed their warnings, Captain. The tarpaulin is old and has clearly seen better days. Captain, I hope you're becoming accustomed to our new setup. It'll be some time before we can leave this canopy. 21 weeks. I assume you've been taking track of the time. It's been 21 since we first set sail. I thought it was 35 until rescue, but he's saying now 18 more. 18 more weeks until rescue, correct? Yes. Yeah, there's no way we're surviving that long. The winter will be long, but I feel it won't feel as such. Even thoughts can freeze out here. I think the weeks will pass before you know it. Still, you've been in command for quite some time now. It has made for interesting observation at the least. You've been making your judgments, I take it. Templeton flicks through the pages of his notebook. I still believe it was unwise to claim Hunt had abandoned the crew, no matter how truthful it seems to be. To disparage the man's character did no favors for you amongst the sailors. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, I didn't say anything that wasn't true. Yes, that was a mistake. Templeton flicks through the pages of his notebook. I must commend you for your action during the incident with the leopard seal. Your cool head and preparedness meant we were able to avoid disaster. Kudos. So it's just kind of an updating on how things are doing so far. It'll be a long time before the winter clears, but when it does, we'll be closing in on our rescue point, which is also the last known location of the Viscount, if you may recall. So yeah, I thought we might do that and be going there. Think we can still find it? At this stage, it is impossible to know anything for certain. I wonder. Do you still hope to find the Viscount? No matter, we've spoken enough. Best we get back to work. Yeah, I don't know what we can even do here to kind of keep things going. Kasha and Kurt are talking. Is that the same compass you carried in your third film? Indeed it is. Let's kind of zoom in here so we can actually see a little bit better. Yeah, look at our beautiful little settlement here. I'm surprised you're able to pick up on those details. Well, I have seen them quite a few times. My family purchased a print of Through the White Wastes for private screening, so I'm quite accustomed to it all. Through the White Wastes? It must have been this tall when that film came out. Maybe shorter. That canvas pack of yours, that must be 30 years old by now. I know to keep my equipment well maintained. You're the same, aren't you? Of course. I'd never let my trusty camera even get scratched. You know, we barely had a budget for that first film. Most thought the idea was set for disaster. I had to get the sponsorship of Tinned Beans to even get that expedition off the ground. I remember those adverts. Newspapers ran them for quite a while, in fact. I had some newspaper clippings for research, building a portfolio. I think one of those adverts is in this folder. Why'd you need so much research? Seems a bit much for one expedition. Well, this is for something else. And that is? Well, it's somewhat shameful to admit, but I keep record of some historical figures that I have hopes on one day, well, writing a biography on. A biography? Yes, I know it's getting ahead of myself, but I like to be prepared for projects that are in the realm of possibility. Maybe? I would like to see that. Historical figure, eh? I would say you fit the criteria. Flattering, but it does make me sound old. Well, what can we do here? Yeah, things are not looking great. Somebody's gonna die for sure. We could do a little hunting, but I feel like that's instantly gonna get people frozen, which means frostbite, which means death. But I feel like we kind of have to. At least the people that are in, like, good shape. So we've got the very heart of our little setup here. How much resources do I even have at this point? 5. So I can feed everybody and have no heat. Or we can have some heat, but not enough. That's it. Those are our options. So I feel like it's doomed here no matter what we do. Is there anything I can do about that? I think the only thing I could probably do would be to go back multiple weeks, turn off the decorum loss, and then run lower heat, and see how that goes. Like, I think that's the only way we're going to make any real progress here. Let's go ahead. Do we send out a hunting party? I mean, we can. You're freezing, so I'd like to avoid sending you. You're fine. You're fine. So you're doing something else. Who's the other person that's free here? I don't really want to send the scientists out. I can't send any of you. But looks like my only choice is to send one of the scientists. So even though you're freezing, let's get some emperor penguins. So they're going out hunting. So what can I even do here? Probably going to need the lemons sooner or later. So we could do half heat. Well, that's enough for half heat. And then for food, we can't quite do half food, so that's unfortunate. But that's all I can do for resources. So I feel like we're gonna immediately lose here if I don't have the decorum turned off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only way I can get through this is to go back multiple weeks, turn decorum off, and then try to move forward running half heat, full food maybe, and then see if we can end up in this situation with some additional food stocked up, something like that. So let's see what happens. Crew have their meal. It's not a very good meal. Crew return to their post. The long dark continues. You can choose who to spend your evening with. That's interesting. What is this? Repair a hole in the canopy. Okay. I've got somebody available. Looks like. I need 4 people to repair. Okay, so there's no point in even trying because I can't do it. I thought I could do it myself. It's kind of one of the options there. Let's see. So we could go with Kurt. We could go with... Oh, it's actually multiple. Just Kurt, Templeton, and Cordell. Nutley and Grimley. I mean, Grimley really doesn't like me, so I don't think that's going to be a good idea necessarily. Nutley does, though, so let's try something over here. They gonna go in for a stroll? What? You're staring at the exit for a while there. Oh, right. You alright? Yes, it's gonna be a long winter, isn't it? Should be. And the food we have now will have to last us, right? What are you getting at? Well, nothing. Nutley scurries off, returning to his tent. See that, Shaw? Something's up with the doctor. Don't like it. Yeah, let's check on the doc. We can't, alright? Doctor, you're back. You wandered off so soon after dinner. Something on your mind? Oh, no, I was just planning to get an early night. Oh, well, good night. Yes. Okay. So it's actually this conversation. Who am I deciding who to spend the night, like, talk with? Can I talk to everybody? Kurt. Captain. Set in for quite a few weeks. We'll have to find something good to pass the time. All sports are out of the question, considering the circumstances. Perhaps we can share stories of expeditions past. I have quite a few up my sleeve. That'd be nice, Kurt. I'd love to hear some of your tales. That would be just spiffing. We may be here for quite some time. Better I get through them at a reasonable pace. I wouldn't want to waste every story I have in a single evening, would I? Oh well, I'll let you get back to your work for now. Arf, arf. Arf. Miss Cordell, would you be able to calm that thing down? I'm attempting to make note of the day's work. The move has left Stanbury overstimulated, and with nowhere to take them, bored. And long before the creature tires itself out? Pack down can remain active for several hours without taking a rest, and then it will calm down? Perhaps. Then another's likely to act out again. How is anyone to have any work done in their presence? You'll get used to it. Learn to focus your mind. I'm focused on my duties at all times, thank you very much. Then you should have no issue. Bark. That's how I'm gonna read those. I'm not gonna, like, make a barking noise. It's just gonna be arf or bark in the most deadpan, monotone way I can. Alright, I think that is about it. There's nothing else I can do. So let's see how bad it is if I just kind of let things go at this point. I'm assuming it's instant loss. 2 crew members nourished, 3 will develop freezing. So yeah, not enough food. So it didn't feed anybody anything. So yeah, we lose immediately on decorum because I didn't have enough food and fuel. So yeah, losing some for that. Nothing I can do. I can't change things once we get to that point. Long winter continues. Yeah. Lefty became freezing. Yeah, everyone's gonna get freezing. Somebody's gonna die from frostbite as well. People are mad at me. I feel like this is kind of the way it would go. Got some malnourished people. Reveal your fate. Well, we're dead because the decorum's gone, so... We actually get a... That's the same thing we saw before. Thought it was different for a minute. Well, we managed to push it out a bit further. Week 22, expedition tore itself apart. So I think what I'm going to have to do... We'll go back... I'll turn off the decorum. I'll go back further. Try to get us back to somewhere around this point with a bit better stockpile of food. Because we're just not going to burn as much. We'll probably run like half heat constantly the whole time and see how that goes. Although that does mean more people might likely die, but fewer people means fewer heat required and fewer food necessary once we get to that final section. That might make it doable. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like this game is pretty difficult. Like if you make sort of decent decisions, you get to a certain point where it's just, yeah, you're just going to die. So if you tried to run lower heat constantly, once you run out of fuel, it's just you don't want to burn all your food supply, which is basically what I've been doing to keep it going. Then yeah, decorum spirals down and everything goes to hell. So you can't run like half heat constantly and keep the decorum up. I can probably run half heat and keep things going with some deaths, but losing decorum, as long as I turn decorum off, I think that'll work. So I'll give that a try, and we'll come back next time and see where I'm at that point. If things go really crazy, I might make a video of kind of doing that as it goes, like how many people die and stuff along the way. This has been More Pale Beyond. We've reached another death, but with this time, week 22. 18 more weeks seems almost undoable, but you never know. All right, hopefully I'll see you again next time. Until then, have a good one. Well, let's end our journey. Yeah, just takes us back to the menu. All right,